Let me find it again. Did I put the shovel on top of it? I did. Hey guys, welcome back to Dirty Digs. Me and Shawn, he's back there somewhere. We are out doing maybe one or two cellars today. It's really cold out. I think the low is like 10 today. It's going to be like right around 25. But yeah, we're out doing some cellar holes. And I just got this. Let me turn you around. It was a mid-30 signal, a couple inches deep. And we got a piece of a suspender clip. Very cool. I know I've been to this cellar once before, but it was pouring out and it was hard to kind of concentrate on. It's very, it's like a heavy iron blanket underneath the ground with a lot of aluminum trash mixed in. So very cool. All right, well, I just gridded this little square right here. You can see the rock wall back there coming back here. And in between that side where I got the suspender piece and here, I had no repeatable signals to dig, so I just jumped into the end of the cart path that ends right behind me. Right there. And I got like a really deep jumpy signal. It was all over the place. And it ended up being a finial, I believe. It's about probably 6 inches right there. And the cellar is right up in there somewhere. So I'm going to kind of slowly work my way along this cart path and the edge of this wall up to the cellar. And then I'll hop into that whole area behind the cellar. And Shawn is somewhere out there. Who knows? I saw him once. He found a button so far. I'll get that on film next time I see him, but pretty cool. All right, well, I literally just dug that finial right here. Right here, there was another signal that was being masked by it, I'm guessing. Mid-30s, and it looks like a little drawer pull. That's where it would have gone into the wood right there. Cool. All right, just found Shawn. He just found a nice little pocket right up here on the hill. Right across on that other hill is where the cellar is. And he wandered over here and he found a nice little pocket of finds.
I believe that's going to be a picture frame.
Yeah. Or the corner of a sash buckle, maybe.
Yeah, it could be. Then we get another button.
Another button.
And we're going to assume this might be a cane tip or
Something along
the lines. It's old. We'll clean it up. It's got some fancy on it. I believe that's a little thimble.
Yeah, top of a thimble.
Top of a thimble. And we got
And then a spoon bowl. Very cool.
another big button we found over at the foundation.
Yeah, this is the one I was telling you guys about earlier that I was going to get on. You found that over by
we got a spoon bowl.
Both tombacks, so we definitely got some age with the site. And then right up here is another stone wall. So this is another little area that's squared off. So we'll hit this whole area, see what we can pull off. All right, it's got a mid-30 signal. And got the first button for me. Very cool. I'm not 10 feet from where Shawn just dug his last one. Almost reminds me of a two-piece, but I think it's one. It's flat on top, so very cool. All right, I'm right up next to the cellar now. It's right up there. And I got a mid, it was like 42 to 44. And I got almost an identical button to what I got up there. Same rim right around the bottom and everything. Sweet. All right, me and Shawn just stopped across the street to a place that we were driving by and got permission for this spot. And the ground's actually not frozen solid yet because this is all tall grass that's just kind of laid over. You can kind of see. But my first signal, mid-30s, and it is part of a watch winding key. Or at least that's what I'm going to call it right now. It's the only thing I can think of. Looks like that's a person sitting right there. I'll give it a better clean when it's not so freezing cold. But yeah, that's really neat. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to clean that up now. I'm kind of curious. Alright, I just gave it a little quick scrub. And that's on the back. I'm not 100% sure what I'm looking at there. And then oh, it's upside down on that side. It's definitely like somebody sitting or something along those lines. Very cool. Alright, I'm going to film this signal just in case. Showing it really deep. It's like high 70s, 80s. It's jumping all over the place. But just in case it is something good, there's a signal. And I'll open it up and turn it back on. Alright, well, it was in there, and it wasn't even actually as deep as it said. I think it was just a memorial on edge. Must have been on edge to be that jumpy and showing that deep. So, keep trying. Alright, just got a mid-50s signal. And some sort of little water tap or keg tap or something. That's cool. All right, we just switched out of that field. It was pretty bare, only newer stuff. And down the road, the original cellar we were heading to is right here. It's all collapsed. I could barely even see it on my LiDAR. But I figured we'd at least put eyes on it, see if it actually was one, and it definitely is. And made it halfway around the cellar, and I get a pewter button. Shank's gone. Not much left to the front of it. Very cool. All right, I just got like a mid-20s, and it was like really bouncy. There's tons of iron right here. The cellar's like right here. And it's got the corner of a pretty fancy shoe buckle. It's pretty cool. Too bad, that would have been a really nice one. Well, we only got about, I'm going to say another 10 minutes or so before we got to take off. It's getting pretty dark, so see what else we can find in that amount of time. If not, see you on the next one. All right, I just got a mid-30 signal. And we got another pewter button. This one's got the full shank this time. Thing's huge. Nice thick button too. As far as I can tell, I don't see anything on it, so. Yeah, it's a pretty nice pewter. Very cool. All right, Shawn just got probably the last find of the day. Really sweet dandy button. Moved a big log out of the way and it was right there. If I didn't say it before, go check out 603 Diggers. That one's sweet. Full shank and everything.
Welcome to the Find of the Week, everyone. This week we have something a little different for Find of the Week. It's not something technically that you'd find with a metal detector, but it is something that a lot of detectorists have a passion for finding. Today I'm featuring Russell Keller in this really cool souvenir life preserver whiskey flask. It's just so unique, even though it isn't super old or anything. It's just got that cool life preserver design to it. And it's just one of those kind of quirky things that stands out to me. But congratulations again to Russell Keller for finding such a cool bottle. And now let's get back to the second 2024 throwback winter hunt.
All right, me and Shawn are out here. Welcome back to Dirty Digs. We're out doing a couple cellars, a little out of our normal area. And he's already got two cool finds. Once I meet up with him, I'll show you guys what he got. I've been having lots of shotgun head stamps and just random pieces of sheet metal, stuff like that. But first thing that came out of the hole, it was like a mid-30s tone. And it was still a scratchy mid-30s tone, but I got this big piece of pottery, stoneware, or whatever they call that. And then this is my actual tone. It's an iron spoon bowl. That's why it was all jumpy, but the Manicore was still trying to tell me there was something there. Very cool. Hopefully we have a little bit better luck. If not, we're definitely going to be moving out of here soon and going to the next one. All right, after a really long hike, we finally made it to the spot that has two cellars next to each other. And I got a signal here that was mid-30s. I had to have Shawn dig it because my ankle's still all messed up. And the ground's it's not a lot of leaf cover here, so ground's pretty solid.
Dandy.
It's got a nice dandy button there, and then I got one right behind me while he was digging that.
Oh, it's
And
got
I'll
a
show
gold
you
gilt
that.
on it.
Yeah, mine still does.
Beautiful,
Nice.
huh?
Nice dandy there. And now,
And this is the pretty much first target.
yeah, these are basically the first two targets. When he was digging that, I got a mid-60s signal, about 4 inches. And I got a really fancy two-piece button. Look at that. Gold gilt all the way around it still. It's got the pattern on the outside, beautiful pattern on the inside. And still got the full shank and everything. Beautiful button.
More, baby.
Yeah, hopefully this place is full of them. We hiked far enough out here to get to it. All right, we'll turn you on to the next one. All right, well, I just got a mid-60s signal. It wasn't really deep, and it was like really loud. Seemed a little bit big. I just dug this. No idea what it would be. Pretty heavy. Solid. I wouldn't say it's aluminum or anything. That would have rang up way higher. But very interesting. If you have any clue what that is, let me know. Put it in the comments. All right, guys. After a long day of hardly any finds, we got like another half an hour, 40 minutes before we have to start heading back. We got a decent hike back. But take a look at this signal. Let me find it again. Did I put the shovel on top of it? I did. A jumpy mid to high 80s is what I like to see. That's usually a copper or maybe even a shoe buckle. All right, finally got it open. It's pretty frozen solid for the first few inches. Good. It's still right in there. Stuff's impossible. Let's see if I can film at the same time. All right, so it's right in here. don't see anything yet. Oh, there we go. See a rim of something. I think we're gonna have a copper, guys. All right.
Kappa?
We get a copper.
I'm gonna try
I'm
that.
gonna give this a little clean just to see what I can figure out. See if I can figure out what it is. It looks like it should have some detail. All right, it's something that's a little cooler than, at least in my opinion, a copper. We get LF Sison Company, General Commission and Forwarding Merchant, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. That's really cool. And on this side, oh, I could see it a little bit better a second ago. Let's see. Ugh. I think it says something about glassware dealers in coal. 1837. So 1837, some sort of hard times token. That is really cool. And unique, which I love. So, all right, we're going to do like another 20 minutes and see what we can pull off. But it's been a tough day. I think I have 2 buttons and this. So, all right, we'll turn you back on to the next one. All right, I just opened up what was like a low 60s. It jumped up to a low to a mid 70s. So I'm going to see what I can get it and see if I can get down there. It's like solid, but I'll let you know what it is. All right, well, the signal came up in one of the chunks. And it's probably most likely going to be a weedy. Oh, man. Where'd it go? Oh, I see it. Come on. It's so muddy out here right now. Yep, 27 or something. 1 cent. There you go. All right, so we got a weedy over here. Means there could be some silver still. There's one of the cellars right there. And the other one's right at the top of that hill. You can kind of make out like where that well cap is. All right, I just got like a 2-inch mid-tone. I think it was down in the 30s. Got a little tiny cuff button. And I'm pretty sure you got an eagle right there looking off to the left. Wonder if that's military. Almost make out a shield. But I could just be seeing part of the wing. I'm not sure. It's a little tiny cuff button. Very cool.